Don't get a granny cut. 3 haircuts that actually make you look 10 years younger after 60. Nobody tells women over 60 the truth about haircuts. Until now. You walk out of the salon feeling like something went wrong, but you can't explain what. The cut seemed fine. The stylist seemed confident. But the woman in the mirror looks older, not younger. More tired. Bless you. I research worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work instantly. Today we're perfecting your haircut choices. And by part 3, you'll want to pause and look in the mirror. I mean it. We are covering 3 haircuts that genuinely shave years off your face, plus the cuts quietly aging you right now. And the very first mistake? It is sitting in 9 out of 10 salons being recommended to women your age every single day. Let's go. Part 1. The cut that feels safe but ages you fast. Have you ever walked into a salon and asked for something easy to manage, and walked out looking 10 years older without understanding why? That is the trap. And it is one of the most common haircut mistakes women over 60 make without ever realizing it. The cut most stylists default to for mature women is a short, rounded, close-cropped shape that sits flat against the head. It is tidy. It is low maintenance. And honestly, it is quietly one of the most aging cuts you can get after 60. Here is why this ages you. As we get older, the face naturally loses volume. In the cheeks, the jaw, the temples. When your hair is cropped short and flat against your head, it exposes every area where that volume has softened. It draws the eye straight to the jaw, to the neck, to the places where gravity has done its quiet work over the years. Your bone structure is genuinely beautiful, but this cut does not show it. It frames the wrong parts of your face. This one surprised even women who have been getting the same cut for 15 years. The fix is not dramatic. You are not being asked to grow your hair to your shoulders or change your entire identity. What you need is shape. Specifically, volume and movement placed at the right height. When lift lives at the crown and softness falls around the face, the entire face reads differently. Younger. More defined. More radiant. If you are still getting the flat close-cropped shape, swap it for a textured short cut with crown lift and soft layers through the sides. The difference is immediate. Ask your stylist specifically for weight removal through the sides and volume built into the crown. That single adjustment changes how your whole face reads. This is the one that made a friend of mine stop mid-conversation, look at me, and say, "Wait, did you do something different?" I could not stop smiling. Keep your cut refreshed every 6 to 8 weeks. Short hair loses its shape faster than you think, and a week past due is all it takes for that aging flatness to return. You needed to hear this. Coming up in part 2, one of the 3 haircuts that genuinely takes years off your face. And the reason it works has nothing to do with length. Part 2, the first haircut that actually makes you look younger. Bold statement coming. The right bob will do more for your face after 60 than almost any other single change you could make. Not just any bob. The wrong bob ages you just as fast as the cuts we just left behind. But the right version? Your bone structure will thank you for the rest of the year. Here is what most women do not know about bobs after 60. The length matters far less than the angle. A blunt jaw-length bob with no layering and no angle is one of the most common mistakes I see. It is heavy at the bottom, it emphasizes the jaw and chin area, and it pulls the eye downward. That downward direction is exactly what you do not want after 60 when you are already working against gravity. The version that works is an angled bob, longer through the front, shorter through the back, with soft layering that creates movement. That angle lifts the eye upward toward your cheekbones and your eyes. That is where the youth lives. This is the one thing I wish someone had told me to tell my clients years earlier. If you are wearing the heavy blunt version, swap it for an angled bob with soft layering through the ends. The angle lifts the entire composition of your face upward. The layers remove the weight that was dragging the look down. There is one detail that changes how your entire face reads in this cut. And it takes your colorist exactly 4 minutes to do. Face framing highlights placed at the front of your angled bob. Just 2 or 3 pieces through the front section. Catch the light exactly where you want attention to live. At the cheekbones. At the eyes. Yes. That simple. Keep the ends trimmed every 6 weeks to maintain that angle. When an angled bob grows out unevenly, the lift disappears and the aging effect returns quickly. This is the one that women come back to after trying everything else. It works with your face, not against it. And it keeps working every single morning with almost no effort at all. Part 3 is where this gets even better, because the next cut on the list is one most women have never considered. And it is breathtaking on mature women. Part 3, the second haircut most women are afraid to try. You've probably walked past this cut in a magazine and told yourself it was not for you. Too bold. Too fashion-forward. Too much. Here is what I want you to hear right now. The soft layered lob, a long bob sitting just below the collarbone with movement through the layers, is one of the most forgiving, most youth-boosting haircuts available to women over 60, and it is underused almost entirely because of fear. Here is why the layered lob works so powerfully after 60. Length below the chin elongates the neck. Soft movement through the layers adds the kind of lightness that shorter cuts simply cannot create. And when layers are cut to fall around the face, not stacked at the back, they soften the jaw, the temples, and any areas where volume has shifted over the years. The aging mistake women make with this length is asking for too much bluntness. A one-length lob without layers adds weight and pulls the face down. The moment you add soft feathered layers through the mid-lengths and ends, the entire cut becomes alive. Honestly, this is the cut I recommend first to women who tell me they have tried everything. If you have been wearing a one-length lob with no layering, swap it for a soft feathered version with face framing pieces. The difference between those two versions is not subtle. It is the difference between a cut that ages you and a cut that makes people ask what you have been doing differently. There is one specific placement detail that elevates this cut above everything else. Layers cut to hit at the cheekbone level. Not lower, not higher. Direct all the light and attention to the strongest part of your face. That is where your natural elegance lives. This one is everything. A layered lob needs a trim every 8 weeks and a light conditioning treatment every 2 weeks to keep that movement feeling soft rather than dry or frizzy. Movement only reads as beautiful when the hair beneath it is healthy. Part 4 is where we bring in the third and final cut on this list. And I am saving the most unexpected one for last because it is the one that consistently stops women cold when they see the result. Part 4, the third cut and the granny mistakes to leave behind forever. Let me be direct with you right now. There are 2 haircut choices that have been quietly labeled as appropriate for your age for decades. And both of them are doing real damage. The first is the wash and set helmet shape. Fully set curls sitting uniformly around the head with no movement and no variation. The second is the severe short crop with no texture, no softness, no framing. These are the cuts that earned the word granny. Not because of the women wearing them. Those beautiful eyes and that natural elegance deserve far better. But because of what those shapes communicate visually. Both shapes close off the face. They create a uniform outline with no variation, no lift, no softness at the edges. And uniformity at the outline is exactly what adds visual age to any face. What takes years off is variation, height, movement, and softness working together. Now for the third and final cut on this list. The textured pixie with length. This is not the severe close-cropped pixie. If you have been wearing the flat uniform version, swap it for a textured pixie with deliberate length left at the crown and soft definition at the front. Your stylist will know exactly what you mean when you say, volume at the top, softness through the sides, one defining piece at the front. There is one thing that makes this cut come alive completely. A tinted dry shampoo or texturizing spray used at the crown every morning lifts the weight at the roots and keeps that volume working for you all day. 2 seconds. That is the entire maintenance routine. This is the one that made a client of mine stand in front of the mirror for a full 3 minutes without saying a word. Then she turned around and said, "Why did nobody tell me about this sooner? You needed to hear all 3 of these. And now you have. Keep this cut shaped every 5 to 6 weeks. You just learned 3 haircuts that genuinely take years off your face. And the specific reasons why the cuts most salons recommend are quietly working against you. Most women spend years figuring this out alone. You just did it in one video. Boom, your bone structure was always this stunning. Now it shows. Tell me in the comments, which of these 3 haircuts are you most excited to try? And are you currently wearing one of the cuts we said goodbye to today? Drop it below. I read every single one. Next time, we are covering the one color mistake that adds 10 years to any face over 60, and the simple swap that reverses it completely. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I will see you in the next one.